Hey guys, so today what I have for you are two locks that you can find on Amazon today. I recently made videos where I show you how to install and program both of these locks, and you all asked my honest opinion as a locksmith on what I feel about these. You're used to me working on the big brands, the more popular versions. We dove into the world of Amazon. You do find these commonly on short-term rentals and office doors today, especially in the economy where locks at this price range are becoming ever more popular. So one of the issues that I do have in the lock world today are the prices are surging upwards while the quality just plummets downwards. And I want to see what these Amazon locks are doing to catch up or compete. So these two look similar, like they would be competing head to head, but let's also see how they match up against something like the big brands. So we'll start here. On the right side, we have the nice Digi lever handle smart lock. On the left side, we have the Hidalife 300L lever handle smart lock as well. Again, I'm saying lever handle. These are not deadbolts. So right off the bat, I am not even looking at high security when it comes to these. These are simply convenience locks. I am not expecting high security, so I'm not looking at that, especially when it comes to a smart lock lever handle. These are just for convenience of being able to get in and out of a office door, a cleaning closet, or something like an Airbnb. So you wanted to know my honest opinion as a locksmith. So we'll start here on the right with the nice Digi. Things that I do like about it, it does come with a true SC1 key. So if you need a key copy, you could take this to the hardware store and get a key made. The downside, you cannot rekey this lock. So if your tenant loses the key, unless your locksmith has a leashy pick and a code machine, he's not making you a key. So 10 out of 10 times your tenant is going to lose that key within the first 6 months of you opening your Airbnb. Honestly, as a locksmith, I dislike locks I cannot rekey. At that point, you're basically going to, buy a new lock. It's going to cost twice as much to call a locksmith than it would be to destroy the lock and buy a new one. So when it comes to that, that is a major downside to me. It does come with a nice weather seal, so it will block out moisture and liquid. However, it did not hold up well to the sun in a live test. I put this on a front door facing the sun at 8 a.m. By noon, it was so hot, it actually lagged out when I would input the code or try to even actuate the lever. It just struggled. So the heat really got to this one. I'll show you why in just a moment. The latch is easily adjustable. It's similar to Defiant. If you guys are familiar with Defiant, sold at Home Depot, very similar, almost the exact same latch. So that is an upside. However, when it came to the installation video, and I'll leave a video link right here, there was a lot that I didn't like about it. So for instance, on this one, to change the handing, something easy, you loosen your set screw and you just rotate the handle to the other side and then tighten it down. Downside, you cannot remove this lever at all, so you cannot rekey it. Major downside from a locksmith. When it comes to installation, you guys will see these posts are not affixed to the lock like most are. You have to hand tighten each one of these 5 posts that you see all around. I don't like posts that you have to screw in yourself. They kind of are problematic. If you're a first time like a DIY installer and you misplace one, you cannot properly install the lock. These are used for your mounting screws. On the inside, it's just flat, it's blank. You just have your mounting screws and lever with no button. There is no way to set this easily into passage mode. Just something to note there. Most lever handles will have an easy, either a button or a thumb turn or something. This one does not. If you guys want to check out my video where I programmed this, I'll leave a link right here. The programming was brutal. It has a lot of steps. So if we look at that video, you'll see all the times you have to press the nice Digi button, a bunch of buttons. you're going back and forth. It felt like 7 or 8 steps. Something else to note was, you guys will see when I had to plug this in, this piece is affixed, so I kind of had to turn the lock upside down just to be able to plug this in. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, so I could see that being a problem for people with big hands. So overall, I would say I would give this lock a 3 out of 10, and that's being generous and nice. It has too many issues for me to want to even. I wouldn't recommend this one. Honestly, that is my honest feedback. I have to be honest on the channel. You guys hold me to it. As a locksmith, I always will give you guys the best advice I can. This is something that I cannot honestly recommend, mainly because I just can't rekey it. Aside from that, the sun just brutally attacked this thing. It only lasted till noon. I had to take it off because I was afraid it would just fail. If we look, I will give you kind of a sneak peek here on the inside. It is just plastic. Over here, again, just plastic between the battery and the cover, which is also plastic. It feels very plasticky. So if I left this on the door longer, it probably would have started to honestly melt. I do live in a desert area, so we do get a little excessive heat, but you got to think of your customers. Imagine the entire state of like Arizona, for instance. You know, you gotta think of everybody. You gotta really insulate and shield these a lot better for nice Digi. So moving over to the left here, we have the Hidalife 300L. So I do like this one a lot better. If you guys want to check out my video where I installed this one, I'll leave a link right here. You will see, I will pick this one up here. Just to show you guys, the posts, for instance, are affixed to the lock itself. It has this metal shield here, which acts as an insulation, like a heat shield on both sides. So it actually does kind of protect the inside as well. You have this back plate that helps you kind of install this and keep it firm so you don't have to hold two sides and install this. The latch is similar to Nice Digi and Defiant, for instance. It is adjustable. Installing the levers, so something I will point out, I did misspeak in the last video where I was thinking of the big brands where they make these one-way levers. So instead of having the little divot here to remove and you have to get the left side put on, they actually have divots on the top and bottom. So if you want your arch to be in this rainbow position on, you know, this side of the door, you snap it in this way. If you want it to flip the door to a left-handed door, for instance, you would just take this off and put it on the inside and vice versa. This is the way it's supposed to look when it's installed on the door, when you have a wave lever. Some people do prefer to have the wave on the bottom. This is how it's supposed to be. So I just wanted to point that out and clarify. You can actually swap these inside and out. If you guys want to check out my video where I programmed this one, it is night and day. I'll leave a link right here. Where this one here had, it seems like 7 or 8 steps to just add a code. This lock, honestly, I know that it seems like this one is competing head to head with something like this. It's actually taking a lot of notes from, I would say, the Kwikset 917, for instance, where you press Kwikset, you press 1, you enter the code, you press Kwikset. Very similar, you press the Hidalife, enter the programming code, Hidalife 1, enter the code, Hidalife. Similar to Kwikset for me. I'm seeing a lot of similarities here to Kwikset, and it was something cool, was familiar. Plugging in the power even, you have all this play. You're able to, you know, the installation process was actually really easy. The programming was a breeze. With this one, I would give the programming a 2 out of 10. With this one, I would give the programming, honestly, a 7 or 8 out of 10, just because it was so similar to Kwikset. I like locks that keep that familiarity. This one also uses a Kwikset key. So this is an important difference between the two, where the Nice Digi uses the SC1, which cannot be rekeyed. This one uses a rekeyable core with a quickset keyway. So if you lose your key, you can pick this open, remove the lever, and rekey it with your quickset pins or your lab pins to a quickset key. So that is pretty cool. It seems like Hidalife is paying more attention to the customer and more attention to the STR world by doing that, especially giving you 3 keys instead of 2. I am seeing that a lot with the Amazon locks. But if it were me as a locksmith, if these were the 2 locks that I had available, this is the one that I would go with. I would go with the Hidalife 300L over the nice Digi smart lock. Not made for high security, but they are made for convenience. This one did hold up again to the sun and in the same exact temperature, over 100 degrees. This one didn't lag at all. The batteries didn't feel hot on the inside where it did with nice Digi. And to point out here on the Hidalife, unlike the nice Digi, it does give you, similar again to the quickset, like the 917 or 955, you have a thumb turn that you can easily set to passage mode or auto lock. So that is a very convenient feature. You find that on almost all lever handle smart locks now. If you are coming into your Airbnb and you're bringing in luggage or groceries, you enter your code, you set it to passage, you can keep coming in and out like a passage lock. When you're ready to go to bed, you can set that to auto lock and you don't have to worry about people just walking in. Where this one is always in auto lock feature, you'd have to keep pressing the code to come back in. You can adjust it to be a longer duration, but that convenience, the way that this one is set up, honestly, you can tell that Hidalife is paying attention to customers. I can respect it. So in my honest opinion, between the 2 locks head to head, I would rank this one a 7 out of 10, where this one would be a 3 out of 10. Just a couple, steps on this one, and they could be really competing with your hardware locks. Sounds crazy, but your big brands are kind of increasing in price and decreasing in quality, where you are starting to see these Amazon locks pop up and start competing. So while it seems like this one might be competing head to head here, it's not far off from competing with the bigger guys. So shout out to Hidalife for giving you something that you could actually put on your front door and not really worry about it. I didn't have any issues with it. I did leave it on and live test it for 3 days. I had no issues. So for what it is, I will still have to deep dive into Hidalife before I can really 100%, endorse something. But from what I've seen in the early trials here between these 2 locks in front of you, this one fared the best. So I'm a fan of lock manufacturers that pay attention to their customer, and you're seeing all of this happen for a similar price to this. So just right there, where it looks like they just want convenience, you're actually putting some effort. So respect, That is my honest locksmith review of the Hidalife 300L and the nice Digi lever handle smart lock. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to see more review videos, installations, programming, lockpicking, rekeying videos, feel free to subscribe. It really helps the algorithm and the channel. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.